And you know, I used to be an artist too.
Right.
You feel me? The biggest artists in the game are real hustlers, bro. They have some business.
They understand both sides.
They understand both sides. It's not just one-sided where I'm just creative one way, because you make yourself vulnerable.
One of the biggest obstacles artists face in the music game is access. Getting access to the people that can make it happen, or access to the information and resources you need to get to the next level. That's the key. That's why you need two of the biggest in the game on your side. Introducing J.R. McKee, Boomman. Welcome to the real industrial plug. You heard me?
So let's get into the tweet takes, man. This is basically where we take a tweet that you tweeted before and ask you to, expound about it. Tell us what you were thinking in this moment.
Okay.
So the tweet is, we gotta do, it's at Cyhi official on Twitter. We gotta do better in our community. Hip hop is being targeted on all fronts. The music industry needs to do better with artist development, so we don't have to go back to the hood and finance our careers and dreams. With a picture of DMX. You know what I mean?
Right.
So talk to us.
Well, I think that was multiple pictures. It was like artists that's passed away from hip hop. But I think my biggest thing in that tweet was just like we've been talking. It's like, bro, it's tough to be a independent artist. Like, that's why most of them come from the streets, or they got like a catchy dance joint. You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, I know JR is too rich to work at a record label, you know what I'm saying? But it should be like a passion project. It should be something he does for charity.
Everything that I do is a passion project.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
like everything I do is a passion project.
But I'm just saying, it's like, it's only one JR. So it's like,
this is Boom whole argument.
Yeah, so it's like, not for real, but bro, I'm trying to tell you, bro, that you doing this is important. Yeah. But you gotta do a class or something, bro. You gotta teach.
I want to.
Because it's like JR could start you and be like, now you don't have to risk your whole life for this.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, most times you just gotta go in there, man. It's like, all right, man, where do we start? It's like,
where we start, and I'm gonna tell you, like, I've been preaching this since 2019. Turn yourself into a business. Yeah. See, most people don't realize if they just if it's Cyhi the Prince LLC and you operate out of a business, you'll always be able to go get a bag.
Right.
They just don't know that.
But do you think Kendrick Lamar will be as prolific as Kendrick Lamar if he was around here running around bank to bank, over here trying to goddamn start up an LLC, do this, go to corporate?
You don't even have to. You don't have to even do all that. The thing is if you turn yourself into a business, you can get money just by default. Like,
I mean, obviously, but you're gonna need more fluent cash than that to be in the music industry.
No, and I get that. But once you get that simple premise, you get what I'm saying.
You know who had that simple premise? TDE, Top Dog.
Yeah,
right. But Top Dog can't out-rap Kendrick.
That's a good point. But see, that's why I'm a song. That's a good point.
He can't out-rap.
But see, this is where my whole premise come from.
Right.
Yeah,
it's a team sport.
It's a team sport for sure.
So you gotta operate as a team. You feel me? Like, you have to allow. As long as we got to see what it is, it's really just Kendrick don't have to do that. He just need to have the understanding that this is what's being done. So now I don't have to feel like.
But do you know why Drake?
Wait, the mic.
You know why Drake ain't never put out a bad album?
Well, that's a lie.
That's not a lie.
I'm just saying, for what do you feel? You feel like you know why he never did that?
Because he was able to create and be his.
Any artist is able to create. It should be that. So,
but see, this is the thing though. This is the thing, Cyhi, where. And you know, I used to be an artist too.
Right.
You feel me? The biggest artists in the game are real hustlers, bro. They have some business.
They understand both sides.
They understand both sides. It's not just one-sided where I'm just creative one way, because you make yourself vulnerable to be done a certain type of way.
They not the best at business.
No, like I didn't say the best at business.
The biggest artist in the music industry is not good at business.
I didn't say the best at I didn't say the best at business, but they're real hustlers. They got the work ethic, they got the drive, they on top of their business, and they got dope people around them.
So wait, go ahead, Si.
Like, when you say like, okay, like R.P. Young Dolph. Dolph would be somebody who I felt like had to hustle his own paper,
right,
but also be the artist and be rap.
But you speaking, okay. So let me rephrase what I'm saying. Most rappers in our culture. See, now when you start talking about pop stars and entertainers, that's a difference. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said at the beginning, that's based off of talent.
But rappers in our culture, but you got to keep it a buck though. It's like, okay, if you already making money in the street, that just make you automatically a good businessman.
I mean, I believe that. I actually believe that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because see, Drake is different. He's not. Drake sings. He raps. He's a real artist. You get where I'm coming from? To rap, I'm not saying you're not a real artist. You're a rapper.
But you think when I think about like real art, I'm thinking like, okay, let's say J. Cole is a real artist.
Right. That's a difference.
Yeah,
that's a difference.
But they all come from a record label system. You know what I'm saying? Your biggest artist gonna come from a record label.
He's making my point. I agree
saying
with you.
Your rappers like just street rappers.
No, but I agree. I'm not. Listen, I'm not the advocate for independent.
They gonna be hustlers. They gonna hustle.
No, but I'm not the advocate for independent.
But I think
you see what I'm saying? Like
Boom agrees with you on the record label system. He's just saying that you can start because you came and you said from the start, and so Boom saying from the start as a business.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, understanding. See that, and that's what I mean. It's like it's really from the beginning. If you understand that I need to turn myself into a business, I need to understand. It's just like knowing a little bit about what you're getting into. Because it's like this, right? And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm trying to help artists, right, prevent from the horror stories of not knowing. You feel me? Like me, I'm not, my ethics is different. Like I'm the type of person, you know how you got these, like how you said you went through? I'm not the person where it's like you sign to me, and when you sign to me, you sign to me for life, and I'm holding on to you, and I ain't there you go. No matter, I'm not that dude. I'm the dude that's, I'm gonna let your ass go. Goodbye. You know where I'm coming from? Because it's not about the money for me. It's about the energy, because I know my gifting. You feel me? And I understand from my gifting, what I bring to the table.
Yeah, you have more of a CEO mindset. And like I said, that's...
Now, most of these CEOs, they holding on. They not letting...
But he's not saying that. He's just saying in general.
In general, just all encompass, like thinking about the whole business of it and being able to use that to your advantage. But all I'm saying is like, just the difference of it is the quality of music gonna be higher. Like most of your best artists had terrible record deals. It's just when that shit pop, they go back to the table and be like, okay, switch this up.
We had this conversation.
So it's like everybody don't come in the door like.
That's why when we talk about owning masters, we've had this conversation. So I'm in agreement with you because I understand that your first deal might not be your best deal. You need to lock in on making great music and being a great artist. But at the same time, so you don't have those feelings, you need to understand just a little bit about the business side, and I think that's imperative. Yeah. As we move forward in the culture.
Yeah. So just going back to the tweet, I mean, the main point you was making is just that. Well, what was the main point you made? I lost it.
I'm just saying, record labels are pivotal because it's like to be able to go back to your neighborhood, like I said, and conjure up enough money to put in the radio, put in the marketing, put in the videos, put in the studio time, it's like. Man, where you think a nigga with a 9th, 10th grade education gonna get some money from?
Exactly.
It's like, but the record label used to be that. You know what I'm saying? They used to, but what they did, they stopped. They said, okay, we're not gonna develop the artist. We just gonna sign the artist and hope that artist is gonna pop.
Right.
And I think that's where they messed up at. They put their money into the wrong place. It's the artist development. But at the same time, they feel like, oh man, authenticity is what's winning, and they see these guys coming out of the community.
I think the labels don't care no more. It's not about.
I mean, that's obvious.
Yeah. I don't think it's about putting their money in the right or wrong spot. I think what it is they realize it's a catalog game now, and it's really more so. Okay, cool. I understand. Every song ain't gonna pop. You know what I'm saying? And once again, the best talent they're gonna invest in.
Yeah, but I think they still care. Like I said, what it is, it's like if I got this young man who already got his shit going, who already got his own money. I'm just gonna distribute him.
Exactly.
But I don't really make no money off him. I ain't really making no real paper.
You talking about off the artist or off the music?
Off the music either. Cause I only get 10% of it. I ain't making no real paper.
Yeah.
But I need an artist where I can get 80% of, and he can work his way back up the ladder to get more of that 80% back. That's when I get a bigger investment. So labels do care. It's just like, well, until I find an artist that's good enough to be for me to be able to invest in, I'll take Whoop-de-Whoop from Atlanta, who got his own paper, and get him a distribution company. Let's go back to what we originally said we were gonna be. So it's always like, it depends on what kind of artist you have as well. Like I said, you got some artists that you feel like, okay, this is a street artist. He has a niche in this area. We're going to run him through the chitlin circuit. We're going to sell this many albums. Exactly. But then you have those artists that's going to continue to keep growing. Like
legacy artists.
Yeah, legacy artists. Like, for sure. I would love to have a QC have like a Kendrick, but he has his own. That's Lil Baby. So now he has a legacy artist of himself. So it's like, I would rather have that legacy artist.
Migos a legacy artist.
Yeah, Migos too. Yeah. Migos too. But that's what I'm saying. You would rather have those artists that could be 10, 15, 20 years than to have something that's just momentary.